Hello, and welcome back to Agrarian Skies 2. So, my last episode in this mod pack was a tutorial video. So if you missed that, feel free to check it out. We tackled agricraft here, set up some sugarcane farms, a lettuce farm, and we did some crossbreeding, and I got some rhubarb. All fun stuff. So if you're interested in that, check it out. It's very helpful for this mod pack in particular. So yeah, let's get back to moving on. I also died a few times during that. So that was a thing that probably shouldn't have happened, but kind of did. So yeah. So today I'm going to finish up our smeltery. I'm also going to show you that I have fixed the mob trap. We are now at no risk of getting struck by something, or worse, ending up in an infinite loop where monsters keep attacking each other. Like when a witch gets in there, a witch is shot by a skeleton, the witch attacks everything because of splash potions, and then the life of a Minecrafter becomes very, very disappointing. I lost the super nice bow we had. That was unfortunate. But we're going to end up making a Tinker's Construct bow anyway, so doesn't really matter. But yes, for now, we are going to finish this smeltery. Is somebody mad at me? Please don't be mad at me. I don't think anyone is mad at me. Okay. So first thing I want to do is I want to finish up the rest of this stuff. So you smelt into that. And over here. And then 1, 2. Boop. Alrighty. So I'm going to want, I think, 2 more smeltery drains at the very least. So let's go put these down. If only there were lava in... Do I have lava? Please tell me I have lava. I don't have a bucket anymore. Apparently I lost that too. 3 clay. Yeah, let's take that out for now. 1, 2, 3. Whoop. May seem like a waste of wood, but I mean, collecting wood is one of the things that we're pretty much going to be doing whenever I don't have it, whenever I'm waiting on something, so yeah. And that is broken. Fortunately, we have flint still. I didn't lose that. So you can also see I have another one of my heads here. Oh. There we go. I also lost my questing book, so now that I remember that, I'm going to show you guys how to make one if you lose one. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Questing book is a book and string. A book we can make with, yeah, string, paper, and 2 blank patterns. So we'll go over here. How many do we have left? 2. Perfect. We should have enough sugarcane already. 1, 2, 3. And those Endermen are a real nuisance, I must say. Indeed, indeed. There we go. Book, string, and that is how you replace your quest book. So I will be claiming that. Okay, here we go. So in the tutorial video, I made our seed analyzer and managed to complete this quest. So we get some podzol and a reward bag. So we are going to keep that podzol safe as possible. Where did you steal that dirt from? Between our crops, of course. And it's a good reward bag. Let's open her up. We got blood runes. Okay, not too bad. Superior capacity, that is really good. Augmented capacity, self-sacrifice. That'll be really helpful when I get into blood magic, and I definitely will be getting into blood magic. It is almost necessary for the things I do. Oh, awesome, we got to save a piece of wood. This is done. This can finish. I just realized I was not supposed to smelt that clay. Whoops. And did someone walk away? No, where did that grass come? Where did that dirt come from? If it didn't come from the farms, I'm so confused. I do not have enough saplings to fill that up, so let's move on. So 2 smelter drains. Okay, let's get started here. Scatterbrained. Unfortunately, I didn't have much time to prepare for this episode. I had another job. That is the exact brick I just dug up. I had another job I had to take care of, and since I am not doing this, since I'm not doing this for any income at all right now, because I can't. Because of that, the other jobs will always take priority. That was a very roundabout way to get to that. Oh, oh. And between episodes, you'll probably see me continuously altering this smeltery. Just because I can. Oh my god. The Enderman. As soon as I get to conveyor belts, this will stop being an issue. They will fall into the trap and they will be just like any other mob. This trap seems to be like dozens times more efficient than my other one. I think it's because I'm closer to it all the time, so they don't despawn as much. So that's super nice. But for now, let's just finish up here. Let's see, I need 12. I've got 13. Perfect. So we'll be able to make a bigger smeltery. And this is about it what we can do for today. Unless I get enough to make 12 more blocks. Which I highly doubt. Out of the 16 that I'm making. 16 will allow me to make 4 bricks. Yeah, 4 bricks. So that's not going to help. It will, however, help us make a tool forge when we get to that point. So it is always good to have extra. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to turn them into bricks because that is exactly what we will be using them for. This chest is getting a bit cramped. It might be time to consider building a area. But I will probably wait until we have cobblestone gen more automated. Because, yeah. So, what shall we do now? We should probably tackle a quest or two. Flour we could consider, actually. I should probably do that. Or at least get that set up to do that. So I'm going to take this wheat seed here. I'm going to plant this down here. Boop. And then I'm going to put this wheat seed in there. And we will let that weed grow. Yes, we will let the weed grow. What kind of accent was that? Why did I do an accent? I don't think I tried to. We will let that go while we work on another quest. So, in order to get this quest, flour, how do we make flour? Let's go here and see if NAI will teach us how to make flour. Sure enough, it does. All we need is a mortar and pestle of either Pam's Harvest Craft or Botania. mortar and pestle, or pestle and mortar. So we can use this one, which is a wooden bowl, wood planks, and a stick. Or we can use this one, which is smooth stone and a stick. It is probably going to be significantly easier for us to do the Botania one. So bowls are made a bit differently in Agrarian Skies 2, due to the fact that, what does wood planks do? Right, that is from Agricraft. It makes irrigation channels. So the bowl recipe is now wooden half slabs. So there you go. So we make our, I already had bowls. Did I do this already? I must have done this already. Whoops. My mistake. I'm just gonna make that into bone meal. So now we have a renewable source of bone meal. So if I wanted to, I could just kill a whole bunch of skeletons and zombies, make a whole bunch of zombie jerky, grow these trees over and over again, and I would have tons and tons of resources. And I will likely be doing that off camera. And away he goes. He got bad, but he's gonna die before I can do anything about it. So, we have that working itself out. That will take a while. Now, the next thing we can do is we can work through metallic collection, and this will get us a fair bit of iron ore dust. So let's get started with this. Now that you have gravel, sand, and dust, you can sieve them to get small ore fragments. Combining 4 identical ore fragments will get you a block of that kind. Start by sieving gravel. So, while I was waiting for stuff to happen in our tutorial episode, because I have lost our watering can, womp womp womp, I managed to sieve quite a bit of gravel. Well, not quite a bit. A small bit. Probably more precise. So, oh, my mouse is acting up. Why is it acting up? I need a better mouse pad. The mouse pad I have is designed for old ball mice. So, yeah. Alright, so we've made ore gravel. And the next step is to hammer that ore gravel to get crushed iron ore. Oh my god, this mouse. Give me a second. Oh yeah, that seems better. Mildly better. Alright, so we hit this with the hammer, and we got ourselves some more gravel. Or crushed iron ore. Now again, it's probably going to ask us to make this into ore sand. Oh my god, this mouse. Oh wow, it goes right to ore dust? Okay, well. That'll make ore sand. And then you take the ore sand, you beat it into dust piles, or powdered iron ore. And then you make that into ore dust. And there we go, quest complete, claim our reward. So now we have 7 pieces of iron ore dust. That's pretty nice. And what we can do is we can smelt that into iron. Let's go ahead and see if there is another quest that we can take care of. Mossy Repair. So this is going to give us the ability to repair our tools if we get this ball of moss. So what we need to do is to make mossy stone. And mossy cobblestone is useful for several things. Making mossy cobble requires a barrel of water sitting on top of cobblestone and a lot of waiting. Eventually the water will leak out and moss will grow on the cobble. Simple enough. So all we need is a wooden barrel, some water, and some cobblestone. So I don't have any cobblestone on me, so I'm going to get 9 pieces. Oh my god, we lose so much of this cobble. The igneous extruder is paramount. And one more. There we go, 9 cobblestone. So just for now, I'm going to put this over here because we do not have much space. Oh. And there we go. And I'm probably going to have to put this back down. And now we need a barrel. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to craft a barrel just like we have before. Half slab in the middle. And wood up both sides. So there we go. We have our oak barrel. I'm going to put this in the middle of my little 3x3 pattern here. Oop. I am going to have to make a... I'm going to have to make a bucket. So, for anyone who doesn't remember, we take our gravel, we pound it into sand, we pound that into dust, put the dust in here, break the clay into little clay globules. Globules of fun. That's not a thing. I don't know where that came from. Yeah. And then we make our bucket, we fire our bucket, because it is terrible at its job. But and then we take our fired bucket, and then we employ it for other methods, specifically to fill this barrel. And ba-ba-da-ba, we have ourselves water in a barrel over top of cobblestone. I know, impressive. So eventually that'll produce us some moss stone, and once we have 9 of those, so all of that, we can make a ball of moss. So it seems we are in the waiting game nowadays. So it wants us to make an aqueous accumulator. And, you know, aqueous accumulators are fine, but they are definitely not my priority when it comes to machines. No, not at all. As a matter of fact, my priority when it comes to machines is going to be our good friend, the igneous extruder, as I've mentioned several times before. So let's get that rolling, shall we? I'm going to need some lava for our smeltery. Alrighty, let's take this. And one thing I'm probably going to want to do early on too is replace my bucket for an iron one. So as a matter of fact, let ourselves do that. I'm going to put you in here. We're going to have to wait on that lava, so I'm probably going to cut this here, do a bit of mob grinding, get ourselves some resources. Push this guy off the edge. And I will be back with you once we have our lava sorted out. Although, you know, I'm gonna get a spare thing of lava anyways. I might as well just take this one. Boop. I can just replace that later. That was weird. Alright, so we have a fair bit, well, a teeny itty bitty teeny bit of lava in our smeltery. And that's going to melt down this little piece of aluminum brass. And you're probably wondering, why am I melting down an already ingot version of aluminum brass? Well, because I need aluminum brass. And it is far easier to use the piece I have than it is to make more. And I'm going to pour this aluminum brass over this other ingot of aluminum brass, and apparently that destroys it. I was not aware of such things. Alrighty, so let's look up our future pride and joy, the igneous extruder, which will produce cobblestone for us without requiring power. It requires a piston, which is an iron ingot, some redstone, 4 cobble, and 3 wooden planks. Easy peasy. Requires 2 pieces of glass. Do I still have glass? I still have 2 pieces of glass, so it'll require exactly that many, as well as 4 pieces of glass for the machine casing, which also requires 4 pieces of iron, so we're up to 5 iron, 6 glass, and 4 tin if I use a gear cast. But since I don't have a gear cast yet, I'm gonna have to do it this way, and then I'll prioritize making a gear cast with this gear before using it in the recipe. Alright, then I'll need copper gears. Simple enough, 5 copper, or 4 copper once we get that cast up and going. And then we'll also need a pneumatic servo, which is 2 glass, another redstone, and 2 more iron. So we are up to 7 iron, 8 glass, and 2 redstone as far as that goes. 8 copper, or 9 copper, 4 tin, and there we are. So as far as metals and smelting stuff goes, that is what we are at. We are at 8 glass, 9 copper, 4 tin, and 7 iron. So you'll say we have 7 iron here. Let's go smelt that up. Now the good thing about Ex Nihilo is that its ore dust may as well be ore blocks. So when put in a Tinker's Construct smeltery, they produce double the output. So we're going to get 14 iron ingots, just as we would if we had put iron ore in this thing. Perfect. So how are we doing on time? We are probably pretty close to the end of the episode here, so I'm probably going to cast these ingots, and that'll be the episode. And then between now and Thursday, I will sieve a whole ton of gravel, probably some dust too, so I can get some redstone. And we will continue on our quest for the igneous extruder. So I'm probably going to end this with making an iron bucket. 14 iron. So that is twice the amount we need for our igneous extruder. So I can afford to use some of the extra for our bucket. Now, as far as the smeltery is concerned, lava is only used for melting stuff down. So while stuff is melting down, lava will be consumed slowly at, I think, 15 millibuckets per whatever amount of time it deems that it needs. I don't think it's a tick, because it would deplete way quicker if that were the case. But keeping the molten metal in the smeltery, as far as I've ever noticed, does not require any of the lava to be used up. So that is super nice. Alright, so let's end things here with the creation of our iron bucket, which will not be destroyed if we pick up lava, water, or anything else. It will be perfectly permanent. And yeah, that'll cut it for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We tackled a few things. We got our smeltery pretty much finished up. I'm probably going to improve it in the future. Right now, it definitely suits our needs. I think I want 3 tables on one side, 3 basins on the other side, and then making it obscenely tall, just because I can. Because Agrarian Skies gives you the freedom to build whatever you want without having to worry about terrain being in your way. So, we didn't get to do the wheat thing. Well, you know what? I feel like finishing a quest. So let's make the wheat. Let's grab the wheat. And I am just terrible at ending things. So let's go here. Boop, we got ourselves some flour. I'm going to pick a reward bag. I have made the slab furnace already. I'm going to take the reward bag. And as far as I know, that bone crook that they offer you is completely unbreakable. It's got an unbreaking rating so high that it never loses durability, I guess. But yeah, I wouldn't say that we need that per se. So here we go. Dark oak saplings, acacia saplings, jungle saplings. Dark oak is big. We can get a ton of wood from dark oak, as you may have seen in my vanilla series, if you have watched that as well. So that is amazing. As well as jungle saplings. Those are kind of nice. And then futomaki. So we got ourselves a nourishing light meal. So quite a bit of food, quite a bit of stuff. We got ourselves half a heart, 16 coal. And yeah, that worked out really well for us to finish up that week quest. So we are ending on a very high note. Boop boop. And boop, I guess. Yeah, that works. Quarter of a heart. Let's combine you two. 3/4 of a heart. So these hardcore questing mode hearts can be combined in any order to make a full heart. However, if you over exceed the amount of a heart, at least in the original Agrarian guys, I don't know if that's been changed, it produces it doesn't do anything. You have to meet it exactly. So yeah. Okay, ending for real this time. We have accomplished our smeltery, we have an ingot cast, we have wheat, more or less. We have sugarcane growing, and actually I'm going to crossbreed these. No, end it. Okay. Yeah. So next time I will have tons more ore, I will have some redstone, hopefully, quite a bit of it. Who knows, I may give up after just a stack of dust, because the RNG can be merciless. And yeah, next time we will be capable of building our igneous extruder. And then we will look into power generation, pulverizers, and more. Alright, signing off for real this time. Thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, bye for now, all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next one.